Friday Night Hoops with a spot in the state tournament on the line. Good evening. Chris Cottrell joining you from our Logos broadcast location near courtside. We're at Lexington High School tonight, where it's a girls district final C2 action, C2-5, with 5-seed Bridgeport set to take on 12-seed the Clarkson Leigh Patriots. Our broadcast tonight on KNB.TV, Allo Channel 15, Mobius 1500. Para Radio broadcast, 106.9 The Trail back at home, and 107.9 The Bull for our friends at West Point tonight. Streaming also available. Going to keep the intro pretty short. We've got pregame interviews with both head coaches for this one. Bridgeport off a sub-district title win last week, while the Patriots are off a tourney title game loss in their sub-district. The Bulldogs fell short of state last year by one win, losing to Grand Island Central Catholic in this game at North Platte Community College a year ago, while Clarkson Leigh was a state tournament team last year. We'll find out about both these squads, starting with Clarkson Leigh head coach Matt Murrin when we come back right after this on the Rural Radio.
Coverage of today's game on KNB.TV is brought to you in part by Allstate Michael Engelhop, the Western Nebraska Pioneers, Burger Works, and by WNCC.
When you call Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Good evening. We're back on KNB.TV and radio on 106.9 The Trail, Rural Radio Network coverage of this girls C2 district final from Lexington High School tonight as Bridgeport takes on Clarkson Leigh. The Patriots and their head coach, we visit with him right now, Matt Murrin. Coach, hey, congratulations for getting you and your staff and your young ladies to this spot in the year. You were in the state tournament a year ago. You brought back a good amount of kids from that successful year. So I got to imagine you kind of expected to be in this spot?
Yeah, first appreciate you covering us. Appreciate you having me here for the pregame interview. And we returned quite a bit this year. We graduated a few seniors last year, had to replace a senior point guard, but we did have quite a few girls from our rotation kind of back. 6 of the 7 were kind of back from our rotation. So this is definitely a spot that we were hoping to get to, and hopefully give us that one game opportunity to get to state.
How about some of these great individual matchups here? I'm sure when you take a look at Bridgeport, you see their standout freshman point guard. She's 5'10". You have a standout freshman point guard who's 5'11". They've got a big-time sophomore center who's 6'2". You've got a senior 6-foot center, or at least down there in the post. So some of the strengths, I would imagine, that each team has enjoyed this year, the other team has the exact same thing. So this should be a real fun matchup.
Yeah, it should be a real fun matchup for sure. Bridgeport is a very good basketball team. They really get out and run and gun, and they're real fun to watch. Scouting them is difficult. They do a very good job of scoring the basketball. And like you said, the two sisters, the freshman and sophomore, they do a phenomenal job. The freshman is a very good distributor. She scores the ball well, finishes in the lane. And then the sophomore, she obviously makes so many things around the rim change with her length and ability to block, and she finishes very well. And, couple that up with some outside shooters, and they've got some good outside shooters. So it's going to be a tall task. It's going to be a fun task for us.
What would you say the strength of your team and your program is right now?
We're built on defense. I mean, that's kind of our forte. That's kind of what we stick to. Yes, we'd love to score more points, and we'd love to try to get out and run and do those types of things. But defensively is where we're built, and that's kind of our go-to when things when we need it.
Bridgeport lost in a district final last year in this spot. You guys made it one step further and got to state. What does that type of experience playing in the state tournament, do you feel any more pressure that you need to get back, or do you just kind of rely on the fact you've been there before and you can handle these moments?
Realistically, I think that's what we felt a little bit actually in our sub-district final. I felt like we played a little bit tight, maybe felt a little bit of that pressure. And so now, we're in the one-game series, so it's one and get it done. And so, the pressure shouldn't be there. Making state last year, I think, is key. The experience of that district final game, making state. The kids made state volleyball this year, made a run down there. And so I think those are all things that are going to play key for us, just having the experience and understanding how the moment kind of is.
Wrapping up with Matt Murrin, the head coach for Clarkson. Leigh, Coach, quickly, one thing that really stands out to you that you guys have to do well to win this game?
We have to defend in transition. We cannot let their point guard, Loomis, the number 0, we cannot let her to get out and get in the lane because she does such a good job of finishing and then finding, distributing. So we've got to handle their pressure, and then we've obviously got to stop her in transition and her creating.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Glad we could catch up. Wish you well tonight. Best of luck and have some fun with your team.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for covering us. Thanks again.
We'll come back and hear from Dave Coolin, the Bridgeport coach, right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Welcome to the Snow Show, boys and girls. Today we'll be learning about safe snow tips. Yay! Tip number 1. When scooping the sidewalk, always deposit the snow on your lawn and gardens. Not only is it environmentally safe, it keeps our streets and gutters clear. Tip number 2. Where there's ice on the ground, use salt only as a last resort. Use no-salt de-icers, which are less harmful to plants, animals, and your concrete. Be safe around snow and ice. Show is brought to you today by Tri-State.
Coverage of today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by AA Feeds, proud dealer of Hubbard, Showright, and Crystalix. Panhandle Co-op. And by 21st Century Equipment.
Good evening, and we're back here on the Rural Radio Network, TV and radio coverage tonight as we get set for a girls' district final out of Class C2 with the Bridgeport Lady Bulldogs set to take on Clarkson. Leigh, time to visit with Bridgeport head coach Dave Coolin. Coach, sure appreciate the time. I know you guys are excited to be right back here in this position in a district final, 32 game minutes away from a trip to the state tournament. If you could put on a good performance tonight, how exciting is this for the town, the community, the school, and especially your girls?
Oh, I love it. I mean, absolutely love it. Everybody's really excited for the opportunity that we have. I think we'll bring a fair amount of people out to Lexington, and I think it's just going to be a wonderful atmosphere, and I think it's everything the girls are going to hope it's going to be. It's going to be basketball, with that state carrot right there at the end of the stick.
Now, I know the record's sterling for you guys all season long. Sometimes the record doesn't quite indicate how a team's playing. How well a basketball do you feel your squad's been playing coming down the stretch here right now?
Well, we had a stretch there in early January, one weekend in particular, that we just did not play very well, and it really cost us, as far as PowerPoints are concerned. But as far as our team is concerned, maybe it's the best thing that we went through. We just went through a stretch that, it's like, we're playing around with some spots that we shouldn't be playing around with, and we're allowing teams to hang with us. And, I think we've now been over 70 points, like I believe 10 or 11 games in a row now. So I think we've kind of put that behind us, and we are certainly playing our best basketball of the season.
Clarkson, Leigh, what's this program all about? What's this year's version of their basketball squad all about, and how dangerous are they?
Well, they're dangerous. They have a really good starting five. They went to state last year, and 4 of these starters figured prominently in that, them getting to state. Not only did they get to state, but they were very competitive in their state tournament game. Even though they were the 8th seed in that state tournament, they took the number 1 seed down to the wire. This year they graduated 1 starter, but kind of replaced her with a freshman who is their leading scorer. And is their best player. She's quite a player as a freshman. And they've only lost twice, but the 2 games that they lost were in 2 big spots. They lost in their conference tournament, and then they also lost in their sub-district final. So hopefully, that's an indication that maybe they're not quite ready for the stage, but, they've got a couple of posts on the inside. They've got 2 really good shooters from their wings, and then they've got that freshman point guard that just attacks. So they've got a really good starting 5, and, I think we do as well. So I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Well, when you mentioned that type of profile for their team, 4 returning starters off a state tourney team a year ago that competed in round 1, that sounds like a team that probably believes they belong and belongs back in Lincoln. So this could be a team or a game of 2 teams, and it could come down to just a battle of wills.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think both teams that will be on the court are state caliber type teams, and unfortunately for both of us, both of us won't be able to get to Lincoln. So it's definitely going to come down to execution. We've scored a lot of points here lately, but we haven't had too many teams take us into the fourth quarter. We haven't had to, have a big fourth quarter to pull a game out, and we're going to have to figure out how to do that if it comes to that in the fourth quarter. But it's going to be, from the tip, I think, all the way to the end. I think it's going to be a 32-minute battle.
Now, if there's some folks that are tuning in and watching tonight or listening and they haven't watched your basketball team or aren't very familiar with the type of talent level you guys have, it all starts with your freshman, Loomis Girdle, and big sister, who's just a sophomore. Talk about their skill sets, your overall skill level for your team, and how impressive your young bunch can be.
Yeah, we are very young. We have just one senior that plays, and that is Sydney 9. Sydney's a knockdown 3-point shooter, and that complements what we have for the rest of the skill set very, very well. We start 2 freshmen, 2 guards out front. Olivia Loomis Girdle's a 5'11" guard out front, and she can score from any level. She's a very good 3-point shooter. And she's aggressive going to the basket. She's a very good offensive rebounder as well, so she can score quite a bit, averaging about 18 points a game. Our other freshman guard, Brooklyn Mormon, she can score at every level as well. She's our best athlete. She moves really well. She, in our sub-final, she just had 18 points, so she's averaging about 8 points a game, but she can certainly boost that up at any point in time because she turns defense into offense very quickly. And then our leading scorer, leading rebounder, leading shot blocker, Ruthie Loomis Girdle as a sophomore, she, just set our school record the other night for shot block. She has our school record for points in the season, and she's at 500 points this season already. So she can score really well. She shoots free throws well. She does everything really well. Plays defense and is able to block shots without fouling really, really well. So she anchors just about everything that we do. And then, I can't forget Mackenzie Likas. She leads our team in assists, and she is a very unselfish player, but she's also our highest percentage 3-point shooter. She shoots really well from the outside. So we've got a good mix within that starting lineup, and then good experience, Ellie Klein and Natalie Keenan-Virgil, along with a freshman and Grace Dean coming off the bench. And Natalie and Ellie both started for us last year, so they have experience in this game as starters last year. And then Grace Dean's a phenomenal freshman that we have high hopes for as well. So we feel like the 8 that we put on the court can compete with anybody.
Coach, we'll get you out of here on this one, wrapping up with Dave Coolin. You mentioned all the talent, so much of it young. Now, played in a district final game a year ago, so I would imagine some of that mutes the youth. But with a youthful team, what's your concern in this type setting?
I just making the moment bigger than it is. When it comes down to it, it's just a basketball game, and they just need to execute just like they've done here for the last couple of months here. So we just need to show up and play the way, get the style of game the way we want it, and things will come naturally after that. So making this a basketball game more so than making it bigger than that.
There you have it from Dave Coolin. Tip-off coming up here in just a few minutes. Coach, congratulations on a great run to this point. Let's hope for a little bit more once the final buzzer sounds tonight. Appreciate the time. Have some fun. Best of luck.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chris. Thanks for the coverage. We appreciate it.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
A C2-5 district final matchup with Bridgeport and Clarkson Leigh, the Patriots, as we get set to find out who is heading to Lincoln next week for the C2 Girls State Basketball Tournament. Non-starters have been introduced for Clarkson Leigh. The non-starters right now for the white-clad Bridgeport Lady Bulldogs are getting up out of their seats on the bench down to my right. And now we're sent to meet starters for both these teams. Clarkson Leigh, the Patriots, 20-2 record under the direction of head coach Matt Murray. Chloe Haniel, a 5'11 freshman. Also, as she averages 9.5 points for Kennedy Sechi, a 5'7 junior. Cassidy Hoffman is a 6-foot senior. She averages 7 points and 7 rebounds. Alyssa Kosick, a 5'5 senior, averages 8.5 points, 2 boards, 2 assists. And Caden Schumacher, a 5'8 senior, averages 8 points and 6 rebounds per game. Now for the Bridgeport Lady Bulldogs, up off the bench first is freshman Olivia Loomis-Girdle, 18-point per game score. Brooklyn Mormon, a freshman, 8 points, 3 rebounds per game. Sydney Nine is a 5'4 senior guard. She averages 9 points per game. Mackenzie Likas is a sophomore guard. She averages 7 points a game, shoots 35% from 3, and rounding out the starting 5 is 6'2 sophomore, the center on this squad. That would be Ruthie Loomis-Girdle, 20 points per game, 8 rebounds. She averages 4 block shots per contest. Bridgeport girls basketball tonight on the Rural Radio Network is brought to you by Morrill County Community Hospital, Corman Seeds, 9 Pharmacy, AA Feeds, and Farmers State Bank, among others. We'll make sure we mention all of our fine Bridgeport girls sponsors throughout the night. It looks like we will get Cassidy Hoffman and Ruthie Loomis-Girdle jumping center. The Patriots in the road blue jerseys tonight, and Bridgeport here in Lexington serving as the home team with the white tops and bottoms. We are underway. Bridgeport controls the tip. Really, Clarkson Leigh just gave it up. They will drop back and play defense here on this opening possession. They get a quick roll to the bucket to Loomis-Girdle. And just like that, Bridgeport has the first 2 points of the ball game. Some full court pressure. And now a good job from Clarkson Leigh of handling the press. They get a jumper up. It will not go. Offensive rebound grab by Sechi. Ball is loose. They'll throw it back out top. And now on the drive, that is the first 2 of the game for Chloe Haniel, the 5'11 freshman for Clarkson Leigh. And now Clarkson Leigh goes to some full court pressure in the backcourt. Handling on the far side, losing it out of bounds is Brooklyn Mormon. And that is the opening turnover for Bridgeport. And Clarkson Leigh will inbound. That's Sechi on the left side. Haniel up top. Bridgeport goes zone. And now they nearly force the steal at the free throw line. Not yet a minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Haniel out high right. Puts it on the floor. They get it along the baseline. They feed the perimeter. Dribbling inside the arc. Stepping in. Missing the shot. Ball's loose underneath. And grabbing it for Bridgeport is Likas. Picks up her dribble and gets it to Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Girdle, the freshman point guard. Feeds Mormon, another freshman on the left wing. They'll lob it. And defending against Loomis-Girdle in the post, Ruthie that time, was Cassidy Hoffman, 6-foot senior. Rare throughout the year. She's been the smaller of the 2 post players in their matchups. Mackenzie Likas will inbound. They bring it into Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. Now Likas fires a one-handed pass to Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Back to Mormon. 3 ball would not go. Rebound goes to Hoffman. Now Chloe Haniel, the freshman. She'll push it. Haniel And putting up the triple, unable to knock it down off the mark was Alyssa Kosick, and Bridgeport grabs the miss. Likas waiting for Olivia Loomis-Girdle. They find the freshman. A zone defense right now being played by Clarkson Leigh, and they nearly forced a turnover on the entry pass. They touched it last. The Patriots did. It goes out of bounds to Bridgeport. Mackenzie Likas will inbound. 6:08 to play. Obviously a feeling out process here for these two squads and these two starting lineups. Dangerous inbounds pass. Olivia Loomis-Girdle has it. She's on the drive. Cut off, got it off the square with the left hand. The Loomis-Girdles have the first two buckets. Now we get a steal. And ripping away the rebound. That was the first turnover committed by Clarkson Leigh. Up the far side on the handle is Secchi. Secchi on the drive, feeds the perimeter, putting up a three. That's off the back of the iron for Kosick. And here comes Bridgeport looking to run with Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Couldn't get that one to go. Offensive rebound. Ruthie, it won't go. She goes over the back. No call. Tipped away out of bounds. That'll be last touch by Sydney 9. And Clarkson Leigh will get the basketball. Each team with an early turnover. Couple of baskets early for the Lady Bulldogs. Clarkson Leigh has the one field goal. And now the full court pressure. Inbounds pass comes in to Hoffman. Breaking the press is Janiel. And fired that pass. Even had it been on target, that was going to be down around the shoe tops of the intended target on the fast break opportunity. And Clarkson Leigh has turned it over twice, and now Bridgeport coughs it up for the second time. We get a whistle and a foul. That'll go against Mackenzie Likas. That'll be her first. And stepping to the foul line is Cassidy Hoffman, the senior, is a 56% free throw shooter. And able to knock down the first of two. Hoffman averages 7 points and 7 rebounds, and she's got her work cut out for her tonight by simply staying on the floor and out of foul trouble. Anything they get from her offensively, probably a bonus. Misses the second. Ball is loose, and they'll say last touched by Clarkson Leigh. A 4-3 lead in the early going. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first quarter. Both teams applying full court pressure. Loomis-Girdle picks up her dribble in the backcourt. Right side on the catch 9. They lob it down low. And stepping along the baseline, Bridgeport turns it over for the third time. 1 point lead early for the Bulldogs. 4-3 with 5:06 to play in the first quarter. Chloe Haniel brings it across the timeline, nearly turned it over, hit the deck. They'll get it back to Haniel. She'll bounce it right side. They skip past it, open look. Secchi's three wouldn't go. Rebounding underneath is Hoffman. She's fouled. Looks like, we'll see if that is a shooting foul or if that was called on the floor. It looks like they'll call that on the floor. The foul goes against Olivia Loomis-Girdle. The first on the freshman Loomis-Girdle. Clarkson Leigh will inbound. And they just dribble it off a knee. It goes right to Mackenzie Likas, and then we get a reach-in foul. Sloppy early, both teams. They've had a combined 7 turnovers here in the first 3 minutes and 12 seconds. 4 for the Pats, and for Bridgeport, 3 early turnovers. Olivia Loomis-Girdle trying to back her defender down. Mackenzie Likas will put up the triple and knock it down straight away. Mackenzie Likas with the 3 ball. And Bridgeport leads 7-3. Outlet pass is knocked away out of bounds by Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. And we'll get a substitution now with Faith Indre, 5'4" junior guard, checking in for Kennedy Secchi. Secchi shoots the 3 ball at 40%. Missed her first attempt a few possessions ago. Indra to Haniel. Haniel picks up her dribble. Now left side with it is Bailey Limberg. And they're going to hound on the perimeter. Limberg dribbles inside the arc. Now back to Haniel. They'll go left side. Coming up on the midway point of the quarter. And Bridgeport's defensive effort leads to a cross-court pass. Hoffman an offensive rebound. Goes up in traffic, it won't go. Still batted around. Hoffman walked with it after another board. So 5 turnovers committed by Clarkson Leigh here in the early going. Alyssa Kosick, one of the starting guards, comes in. Taking a seat will be Caden Schumacher, a 5'8 senior. Bridgeport inbounds with the 4-point lead, 7-3. Olivia Loomis-Girdle across the timeline. Rural Radio Network coverage tonight, TV and radio. Skip pass to Sydney 9. Pull-up jumper, high arcing mid-range J, and Sydney 9 makes it a 9-3 lead. They'll inbound the turnover. They throw it right to Loomis-Girdle. Loomis-Girdle hits the side of the backboard on that shot. Hoffman now. They'll bring it up on the far side. Limburg. And knocking down the short corner, Jay, that time was Faith Indra. It's a 9-5 game. Coach Murrin will substitute frequently, it would appear. Reaching in against Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Pounding the basketball was Haniel. In the corner, Mormon. Now up top, Sydney 9 can't knock down the long-range 3-ball attempt. And here comes Haniel. Thought about the 3 on the left side. Instead, now it's Hoffman. She'll pull up and knock down the jumper just inside the free throw line. And Clarkson Leigh within 2. It's 9-7 here in the early going. We'll see Grace Dean check in at the next dead ball as now the entry pass trying to squeeze it in there to Likas is off her fingertips and out of bounds. 4 turnovers committed by Bridgeport. 9-7. And we'll see if Clarkson Leigh can continue to do a decent job against the press. Hoffman. Now they get it right side. That's Kosick. Kosick back up top. Sechi's back into the ball game now as well. Right side Kosick. Sechi. They reverse it left side. Sechi. The bounce pass to Kosick, and they're going to whistle her for the walk. 7 turnovers in the quarter will not get the job done here tonight. Alyssa Kosick walks with it. She averages 8.5 points per game. And Bridgeport gets it back. Another empty possession that time. 7 turnovers early for Clarkson Leigh. Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Ruthie Loomis-Girdle with it on the left wing. Rolling to the bucket. Loomis-Girdle shot. Might have been partially deflected on the release. She kind of eyeballed the official wanting to call. Didn't get it. Now right side. It's Kosick. Near the right corner. Kosick. Dangerous, sloppy, lazy bounce pass. It leads to a run out the other way. Unable to score on the layup. Offensive rebound rolls off the iron, and now we're going to get a foul called against Bridgeport. And this one will go against Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. After the 8th turnover committed by the Patriots, Bridgeport could not convert in transition. Ellie Klein's into the game. Sydney 9 sits. Also checking out is Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. Grace Dean's in. Full court press. Hoffman gets it middle to Kosick. Kosick holds. Now she'll have to bring the ball up the floor. Kosick picks up her dribble and throws a pass right to Grace Dean. It is sloppy for Clarkson Leigh here in the early going. 9 first quarter turnovers. Somehow still within 2. Missing the layup is Mackenzie Likas. Hoffman to Haniel. Haniel throws it up ahead quickly. They'll bounce it down low. Off the square, we're tied at 9. On the bucket, I had a body blocking me, I believe. That was Caden Schumacher. And we are tied at 9 apiece. Grace Dean now into the hands of Natalie Keenan-Virgil. Virgil shoots a pass to the left wing. On the catch is Likas. 42 seconds to play in the first quarter. Clarkson Leigh doing a decent job surviving that rash of turnovers right now. We are tied, and now we're going to get a Hand check foul called against Clarkson Leigh. That'll go against Kennedy Secchi. That'll be her first. And that'll be the second team foul called on Clarkson Leigh. Check that, that's her second. Both on Secchi. Again, a 40% three-point shooter, and she'll take a seat here in the closing moments of the quarter. Dean will lob it in, tipped, and that'll be knocked away out of bounds by a very active Cassidy Hoffman. Late substitution here as Coach Murren trying to get a quick sub in. They'll get a quick breather for Hoffman, steal her 31 seconds, and then the between quarters break. Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Girdle started right, comes left. Pass is down low at the ankles of Brooklyn Mormon. Now Grace Dean on the right side, back to Mormon. 17 seconds to play. Loomis-Girdle on the drive, forces it up in traffic. Offensive rebound. Dean didn't really get herself set. And here comes Clarkson Leigh looking to run. A stop and pop transition triple goes for Alyssa Kosick. And it is a 9-0 run to end the quarter as Clarkson Leigh goes in front, 12-9 after one on the way.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home, but not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
It was 9-3 Bridgeport at one point in that first quarter, but a 9-0 run to end the opening quarter of the ball game, and it's Clarkson Leigh. They got the late 3 ball from Alyssa Kosick, and they lead this thing 12-9 as we get the second quarter started. Chloe Haniel, the freshman guard, another sloppy pass up ahead, and now Loomis-Girdle blows right by her. Haniel with a foul from behind, and quite frankly, not a bad foul. It'll be just her first. And they'll put Loomis-Girdle at the line. Lucky she didn't score the basket if you're Clarkson Leigh, and a chance for a three-point play. 12-9, three-point lead, 9 seconds in. And that is turnover number 10 committed by Clarkson Leigh. That will get them beat here tonight at this rate. That will not end well for the Patriots. The amount of turnovers we've seen already. Loomis-Girdle misses the second, and now a foul's going to go against Olivia Loomis-Girdle, and that'll be her second. That is a big, big whistle right there. She will definitely have to watch it as Dave Coulin's going to leave her on the floor with 2 fouls. One more, probably have to sit the remainder of the way here in the first half. Haniel handles in the backcourt, picks up her dribble, they fire middle. You're going to have to get it across, and they barely get it across the timeline before the 10-second call. Hoffman's pass to Haniel, now in the right corner. They'll dump it down low. Schumacher outside. There's a jumper that wouldn't go. It's loose on the floor. And here comes Bridgeport. Off the miss that time. It was, now a steal from behind. Knocked away by Sydney Nine. Missing that jumper on the other end for Clarkson Leigh was Faith Indra. And now Bridgeport, they turned it over for a 5th time so far tonight. Hoffman will inbound. Hoffman gets it back. She'll fire it ahead. Kosick, pull-up jumper. Halfway down and comes out. And that'll be a foul on Indra over the back. 12-10, 2-point lead for Clarkson Leigh. 7:08 to play in the first half. Bridgeport girls basketball brought to you by the Western Nebraska Pioneers, Panhandle Co-op, 21st Century Equipment, and A. Elliott Law, among others. Mackenzie Likas. Schumacher defending. Now left side. That's Mormon with it. Open look. Likas is going to shoot the high arcing triple. That comes off the iron. Rebounding the miss is Chloe Haniel. She'll look up and get it to Hoffman. Hoffman turns, faces, finds Indra. They throw cross court to Kosick. Tough fadeaway jumper along the baseline. Likas dribbles across the timeline. Nobody stops basketball. They leave it for Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. Count it. And a foul. Chance for a three-point play. And the lead now for Bridgeport. Loomis-Girdle has her second field goal of the game. 4 points. We're tied at 12. 6:20 to go here in the first half. Sechi's back on with those 2 fouls. We'll keep an eye on her foul situation. Also checking in is Bailey Limburg, a 5'5 senior. Ruthie Loomis-Girdle misses that foul shot badly. In fact, did not touch the rim, so they blow the whistle. And now Clarkson Lee will inbound with Cassidy Hoffman, the 6' senior. Comes into Haniel. Haniel splits 2 defenders into the front court. Haniel leaves it on the right wing. Limburg has it up top. Hoffman. Now Sechi. Sechi, entry pass down low, and blocking the shot. It goes out of bounds. Ruthie Loomis-Girdle averages 4 blocks per game. Got that one working against a 5'8 player in the post in Schumacher, and she had no shot. Lobbing it in to Haniel. Now Limburg back to Chloe Haniel. Haniel nearly slipped and lost her footing. Instead throws the cross-court pass. Sechi with a jumper along the left baseline to give Clarkson Lee the 14-12 lead. 5 minutes and 43 seconds to play here in the first half. Olivia Loomis-Girdle on the roll to Big Sis. Can't convert the layup. Hoffman the rebound, and we're going to get a walk in the backcourt as Brooklyn Mormon just kind of stepped in defensively, and it just kind of freaked out Chloe Haniel. Second turnover of the quarter. 11 in the ball game already for Clarkson Lee. They had 9 in the first quarter. Inbounds pass to Brooklyn Mormon. Mormon to Olivia Loomis-Girdle. She'll put up the triple and knock it down. No, they say a long 2. Long 2 for Olivia Loomis-Girdle. She's got 5. They get it to Hoffman. Now back to Haniel. No, Sechi up the floor to Limburg. Limburg will stop and pop from the right elbow. Darting in and grabbing that missed shot is Sydney 9. Now Olivia Loomis-Girdle as Bridgeport looks to retake the lead. We're tied at 14 with just around 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Ball loose on the floor, stolen away. Second turnover of the quarter, 6th of the game committed by Bridgeport. And a timeout taken by Matt Murrin, the head coach for Clarkson Lee. Full timeout, 4:51 to play in the first half. We're back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Coverage of today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by A. Elliott Law. Bar 64. Panhandle Auto Group, Scottsbluff. And by Platte Valley Companies.
Hey y'all, Heather here with Platte Valley Vac & Sew. Platte Valley Vac & Sew has been a cornerstone in downtown Scottsbluff since 1977. Our family brings over 100 years combined experience in the vacuum and sewing machine industry. We stand behind all of our products with a warranty you can trust and service you can count on. Whether you decide to shop in-store or online at PlatteValleyVacandSew.com, our quality products and customer care shine through. You can buy online, sign up for classes, see a calendar of classes and events, view our newsletter, and stay up to date. Platte Valley Vac & Sew, downtown Scottsbluff, and online to serve you.
Chris Cottrell with you tonight, KNEB.TV, 106.9 The Trail. Tight ball game, tied at 14 with 4:51 to play. Bridgeport girls basketball brought to you by A. Elliott Law, Bar 64, Panhandle Auto Group, Scottsbluff, Platte Valley Companies, Allstate, Michael Engelhoff, and WNCC. The story for Clarkson Lee has been turnovers. They have given it away 11 times so far in the first half. Still somehow find themselves in a tie ball game. Secchi to Lindbergh. Lindbergh, pull-up jumper off the square for two for Bailey Lindbergh. A 9-0 run to end the first quarter. And Clarkson Leigh with a 12-9 lead at the end of one, and they lead now 16-14. Likas well behind the three-point line. Schumacher steps out. Now it's Olivia Loomis-Girdle operating on the perimeter. Brooklyn Mormon with it for the Bulldogs. Right side, Likas. Likas fires a skip pass to the left side. Now up top, open look, high arcing triple 4-9 off the back of the iron, and grabbing the miss for Clarkson Leigh is Chloe Haniel. They get it to Hoffman middle. She'll look right side to Lindbergh, who scored the last trip down. Bounce it to Haniel. We go under 4 minutes to play here in the half. Haniel. Now Secchi. Secchi. But as they extend the defense here, they found success pressuring the basketball. Lindbergh. Haniel. To Secchi. She can shoot it. 3 off the iron for the rebound for Bridgeport. It's Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. 16-14 the score. Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Stop and pop off the square. 2 more for the 5'10 freshman. She's got 5 in the quarter, 7 for the game, 7 of the 16. And the lead is erased. It is 16-16. Secchi. Well, I don't think she threw it to where she wanted it to go. And now Lindbergh walks with it. The Bridgeport defense, whether it's the full court or the half court, the more pressure, the better, based on just the eye test right now, as Clarkson Leigh is going to struggle with on-ball pressure. Chance for Bridgeport to go in front. Low-scoring first half. We're tied 16 all with now under 3 minutes to play. Open look for Likas. Puts it on the floor. Drives it in a reach-in foul. We'll see if this is a shooting foul or on the floor. They'll give Mackenzie Likas 2 at the line. That foul called against Bailey Lindbergh. Likas off the mark at the line this year, a 60% free throw shooter. Second on the way for Likas. Got 1 of 2. Bridgeport is 2 for 4 at the stripe in the game. Haniel has not looked comfortable against the pressure. Hoffman looks pretty poised in most spots. She gets it back. Now Hoffman feeds the perimeter. Haniel's 3 is off the mark, too long. Hustling after it. Who got there? 9 got there, and then knocking it away was Alyssa Kosick out of bounds. Last touch by Clarkson Leigh. 17-16. Bridgeport with the lead. 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the first half. Olivia Loomis-Girdle is cut off at around the foul line. Finds Brooklyn Mormon, and it's a 4-point lead on the 3 ball from the freshman Mormon. Kosick will step out. She got fouled, and that is number 3 on Olivia Loomis-Girdle. And that is going to do it for her for the final 2:15, I would imagine, although Dave Coolin is just leaving her out there at the moment. Unable to knock down the free throw is Kosick. And Coach Coolin is hot under the collar after that 3rd foul, and missing both free throws is Kosick, so they can't convert, but still a huge whistle, number 3 on Olivia Loomis-Girdle. To Likas. Mackenzie Likas. Lob pass is tipped, stolen away into the hands of Indra. 3rd turnover of the quarter committed by Bridgeport. Kosick on the catch. Kosick gives it up to Hoffman. Now with it, Indra's going to shoot the 3 out of the left corner. Too strong. Offensive rebound grabbed by Kosick. Clarkson Leigh stays on the offensive end. Chloe Haniel. They get it middle. Indra Wide open, knocks down the mid-range jumper from the foul line. Faith Inger off the bench has 4 in the quarter. And with a minute and 25 seconds to play, Olivia Loomis-Girdle will put it on the floor with the right hand. Cut off, now it's 9. 9 picks up her dribble, gives it to Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Left side, Leica steps into a 3. That's off the mark. Indra cuts past a would-be rebounder for Bridgeport, grabs the miss, and now it's Haniel. Bounce pass, touch last by Clarkson Leigh as the sloppy play continues against the pressure and the length of this Bridgeport squad. 13 first-half turnovers committed by Clarkson Leigh. We go under 1 minute to play in quarter number 2. It's 20-18. Loomis-Girdle has stayed on the floor with 3 fouls. Now it's Ruthie Loomis-Girdle in traffic and rolls one in. She's got 4 in the quarter, 6 in the game. The lead for Bridgeport is 4 at 22-18, and Chloe Haniel just threw it to nobody. Absolutely nobody there where she threw it. Nearest teammate probably 15 feet away. 14 first-half turnovers. Clarkson Leigh lucky they're still in this ball game. They've done a good job rebounding on the defensive end of the floor. They have not given up a lot of second shot opportunities. And there's another example of that as Hoffman clears the miss. Lemberg across the timeline. In the left corner. Schumacher back to Lemberg. They get it to Hoffman. Hoffman to Kosick. She hit one earlier, misses that one. In fact, missed everything except the backboard. Outlet pass up ahead to Brooklyn Mormon. And at the buzzer, Bridgeport can't get it from Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. So the first quarter a little choppy, a little slow. Second quarter moved along in a hurry. And at the break, 2 quarters complete. 16 minutes of game action, all that stands between Bridgeport and a trip to the state tournament next week. Here at the break, 22-18, the Bulldogs lead it on the West Coast scoreboard.
Orthopedics is key to managing and treating bone and joint pain, which most of us experience in our lifetime. Morrill County Community Hospital and their clinics are here to help. Mikhail Taylor, MD, is now welcoming new patients from hand surgery, sports medicine, and fractures and injuries. Mikhail Taylor is specialized in upper and lower extremities, and with her expertise, you're assured the highest quality health care service possible. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
Coverage of today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Allstate Michael Engelhop, the Western Nebraska Pioneers, Burger Works,
you would think, but they're also doing a really good job rebounding the basketball on the defensive end of the floor off Bridgeport misses, not giving the Lady Bulldogs too many second chance opportunities, and a big reason why would be Cassidy Hoffman, who looks like their most poised player out on the floor right now. The ball handling looks a little shaky for Clarkson Leigh, and it's an area where Bridgeport has been able to capitalize and take advantage of so far through the first 2 quarters. Now, the real trouble spot for Bridgeport moving forward is Olivia Loomis-Girdle has 3 fouls here at the break. Picked up her 3rd with a little over 2 minutes to play in the first half. Coach Dave Coulomb left her on the floor. So we'll see how long or if and when she picks up that 4th, and the timing of that would be 4th foul here in the second half. We'll add up the scoring totals for both these teams, come back and give you a scoring breakdown right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Having windows and patio doors installed by Renewal by Andersen is literally a red carpet experience. We treat your home like it is ours. We focus on the details. Renewal by Andersen windows and patio doors fit right. They keep the outside out. Our 20-year warranties and great financing options are second to none. Our installers are very well-trained local experts at proper installation. Renewal by Andersen windows and patio doors, great products installed by great people. Contact us. Let's talk about your project.
Coverage of today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by AA Feeds, proud dealer of Hubbard, Showright, and Crystalix. Panhandle Co-op. And by 21st Century Equipment.
What's the best part of having better internet service? Ridiculously fast access to all of the ridiculous internet. Settle for more with Allo, the faster, more reliable internet experience that's built for the way you use all your devices. AlloFiber.com/switch today. Allo, settle for more.
Back at halftime tonight on the Rural Radio Network, TV and radio, 106.9 The Trail. We're streaming online. Bridgeport Girls High School basketball brought to you by the Western Nebraska Pioneers, Panhandle Co-op, 21st Century Equipment, A. Elliott Law, and Bar 64. Let's look at the scoring numbers. We mentioned the turnovers for Clarkson Leigh. It's been a killer so far. They've turned it over 14 times. They have had 7 different players score. Faith Indra leads them off the bench with 4, and their guards just not getting many looks inside the arc whatsoever. Chloe Haniel has 2, Kennedy Secchi with 2, 3 points apiece for Alyssa Kosick and Cassidy Hoffman, 2 points for Caden Schumacher and Bailey Lindberg. I've got Clarkson Leigh at 1 for 4 at the free throw line in the first half. Bridgeport's 2 for 4 at the foul line. They've turned it over 7 times, so half the number from Clarkson Leigh. Olivia Loomis-Girdle, the 3 personal fouls. She does lead Bridgeport in scoring with 7. Ruthie Loomis-Girdle has 6. 4 points for Mackenzie Likas, a 3 and a foul shot. 3 for Brooklyn Mormon on a long-range bomb in the second quarter, and Sydney 9 has the other 2 points in the ball game for Bridgeport. Bridgeport, remember they lost in this district final a year ago to Grand Island Central Catholic 54-32 as that thing got away from them in the second half. Their last trip to state was 2010, and their last state tournament win was 1989. So trying to get back to the state tournament for the first time here in 11 years and longer than that for a state tourney win. Still plenty of business and things to take care of here tonight at Lexington High School as they've got a 4-point lead on Clarkson Leigh, 22-18 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Many people count on space heaters and electric blankets to help stay warm in the winter. Here are a few safety tips. Space heaters need space all around them. Only buy space heaters that are tested and labeled by a national recognized facility. Before using a space heater or electric blanket, inspect the cord for cracks or warm spots. Finally, turn off electric blankets when not in use. Space heaters and electric blankets can provide needed comfort or can be deadly if not used with care. So use caution this winter season. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
Ready for the start of the second half. Third quarter action on the way here in just a moment. At the break, Bridgeport with the lead, 22-18. Clarkson lead led by 3 after 1 quarter of play, and Bridgeport will start the second half with the basketball, trying to get back to the state tournament for the first time in over a decade. Olivia Loomis-Girdle lobs it down low to Big Sis, and Ruthie lays it in. They go to a set play to start the second half, and basically that's like drawing up a freebie for 2 right there. Good coaching from Dave Coolin. Chloe Haniel runs it to the basket. Wild shot off the mark. And Bridgeport in transition. Lycus picks up her dribble. Now it's Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Protects the ball with the off arm. Lycus. The lob down to Ruthie. She turns middle, missed the shot. Cassidy Hoffman was defending. Haniel runs it up the far sideline into the front court. Picks up the dribble. Now it's Kosick on the catch. Cross-court pass, and a foul is going to go against Mackenzie Lycus. (24-18), 7:07 to play. Third quarter, Bridgeport, their biggest lead has been 6 at 9-3, and that's what the lead is right now. Haniel really looks out of sorts. Finds Secchi. Secchi, yeah, this defensive pressure from Bridgeport has been the absolute difference maker so far tonight. And even at that, it's still just a 6-point game. But there's another turnover, 15th of the game, committed by Clarkson Lee. Brooklyn Mormon now with it is Sydney 9 to Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Little shot fake, dribbles inside the arc, got deep, and it's an 8-point lead. Danger zone time right now. Considering all the turnovers from Clarkson Lee, this is a real danger spot in the game for Clarkson Lee. They look a little bit rattled against the pressure. We're getting close to a 10-second call, and we get a timeout taken by Matt Murrin. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Said it was a danger zone time for Clarkson Lee. They're up to 15 turnovers on the night. Loomis-Girdles have the first 4 points of the second half. And frankly, right now, Clarkson Lee cannot even get into a half-court offensive set as everything has been locked down on the perimeter. No ability to handle the basketball with much in the way of confidence right now, and the Bridgeport pressure defense is a key reason why. Haniel trying to get loose. It'll come in instead to Secchi. Right back to Hoffman, who's been the exception. She's looked poised throughout. Haniel, right side Kosick. This would be big, and it is. Big triple for Alyssa Kosick. They needed that in the worst of ways. And now Olivia Loomis-Girdle, and another thing the basket does is allows Clarkson Lee to set up some pressure. Brooklyn Mormon misses the shot. Ball loose on the floor. We'll get a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Clarkson Lee. 5:54 to play here in the third quarter. 26-21. Haniel lobs it in to Secchi. Now they bounce it to Haniel, and they've got a 3-on-1. They bounce it underneath, missing badly. Offensive rebound, shot blocked by Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. It'll stay with Clarkson Lee, and Kennedy Secchi, the 5'7" junior, will inbound. She averages 9.5, and she has just 2.5. Haniel on the drive, kind of fading from one side of the paint to the other. Threw it up off the iron. Soft touch, got the roll. Chloe Haniel averages 12.5. She has 4. Ball loose, and it's Hoffman. Haniel, now back to Hoffman, to Haniel. Kosick wanted it earlier. And boy, nearly a 3-point play opportunity right there. It was an 8-point lead. Now a mini 5-0 run here for Clarkson Lee. 26-23. That foul, wow, it goes on Olivia Loomis-Girdle, her 4th. At the stripe is Cossack, and she scores. Grace Dean will come on for Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Cossack has 4 points in the quarter, 7 for the game. That leads Clarkson Leigh. And the Bridgeport lead 8 moments ago is now 1 as Cossack, a 48% free throw shooter, is now 2 for 4, got both there. Sydney 9 will handle the basketball for Bridgeport. 9 to Grace Dean, another freshman on the floor. They'll play 3 at a time if they need to. 9 to Mormon. Mormon dribbles inside the arc. Back to Sydney 9. Right side, Mackenzie Likas. High post to Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. She rolls to the basket. They've done a pretty good job for the most part shutting that off. Sydney 9. Now the lob down low to Loomis-Girdle. Reaching in, and it's a steal for Faith Indra. First turnover of the quarter committed by Bridgeport. Chance to take the lead right now. Cossack, a pull-up 3. Missed it. That would have sent the far side of the bleachers into some pandemonium. Bridgeport leads 26-25. 4 fouls and on the bench for Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Mackenzie Likas, a little crossover dribble, and she got the layup with the right hand. Big-time basket there from Mackenzie Likas. Secchi to Hoffman. Hoffman up the floor quickly to Indra. Cross-court pass to Cossack. Cossack up top. Secchi. High post area, right side for 3. It's on the way. Would not go. Ball is tipped, grabbed by Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. And Bridgeport clears with the 28-25 lead. Mackenzie Likas. Likas. We've got 3:43 to play in the third. 28-25. Bridgeport leads it by 3. Likas steps back and steps up with the big triple. Mackenzie Likas, back-to-back baskets, 5 in the quarter. She's got 9. Schumacher never turned and faced the basket. It was wide open. Bridgeport in a zone. Right side, it's Hoffman. They look middle. Now Indra's going to shoot the 3. That wouldn't go. Rebounding the miss for Bridgeport is Dean. Here comes Likas. The hot hand right now for Mackenzie Likas. Stepping up with Olivia Loomis-Girdle on the bench. Back to a 6-point lead. The biggest of the game for Bridgeport has been 8. Likas turns it over. On the run out. Tough shot. It wouldn't go. Offensive rebound. Secchi, who touched it last. We're going to get a foul called against Bridgeport, and that'll go on Sydney 9. Ellie Klein will check into the game now for Bridgeport. 2:44 to go in the third quarter. 6-point lead for the Bulldogs. At the stripe is Kennedy Secchi, a 65% foul shooter, and she knocks down the first. Klein replaces Likas. Big couple of sequences there for Mackenzie Likas. The sophomore, she scored 5 consecutive points. And now Secchi hits the second. 31-27. Grace Dean handling in the open floor. She'll bring it across the timeline. Haniel now 9. Left side, Mormon a big 3. Wouldn't go. Rebounding the miss is Kennedy Secchi. She'll look to outrun Sydney 9. Secchi in transition. Shot blocked and out of bounds. .227 to go. Secchi will throw it in. Tipped and grabbed by Bailey Lindberg. Lindberg picks up her dribble, and now another turnover. Second of the quarter is all. So they've done a much better job here in this third quarter, but still 16 for the game. And all those empty first half possessions. Ellie Klein on the catch. Now to Grace Dean. One dribble, Sydney 9. Up top, it's Brooklyn Mormon. We come up on 2 minutes to play. Tipped by Hoffman, who really is battling Ruthie Loomis Girdle all night long. Now Bridgeport will have both the Loomis Girdle sisters on the floor. Ruthie will take a seat. Likas comes back on. That'll be their main source of offense, you would assume. Inbounds pass comes to Grace Dean. Now 9 left side, under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. And a reach-in foul is going to go against Clarkson Leigh. Called against Bailey Limburg. 31-27, Likas inbound. They go man defense. Likas catches in the corner. The lob down low, and that'll be a foul called against Chloe Honiel. Second foul here of the half. And both in short order. Substitutions as McKenna Held, a 5'7" junior, is into the ball game. 1:52 to play. Ellie Klein on the catch. Misses everything. It's tipped and grabbed by Honiel. She'll put it on the floor to Secchi. Here comes Clarkson Leigh quickly into the front court. On the catch, it's Secchi. Out high on the perimeter. Right side, Kosick. Kosick, trip. Lost her footing. Incidental contact. Think receiver and DB. And again, this half-court set has been not all that pretty. And a block shot for Ellie Klein. Clarkson Leigh has struggled in the half-court offensively against the Bridgeport on-ball defense all night long. Likas has it. We come up on a minute to play in the quarter. Kosick falls. Likas wide open. The three is up. Wouldn't go. And in for the rebound, and they're going to call a travel against Alyssa Kosick. Ruthie Loomis Girdle back into the game, replacing Ellie Klein. Cassidy Hoffman comes back in now for Clarkson Leigh. 59 seconds to go in the third quarter. 31-27 is the score. Mackenzie Likas will inbound it to Sydney 9. 9 dribbles inside the arc. On the catch, it's Dean. Couple of dribbles. She'll find Likas. Likas on the bounce. 9 out of the corner. 3 hops over to the backside of the rim. And grabbing the miss is Hoffman. Secchi will push into the front court to Hoffman. Hoffman wide open was Kosick for a moment. They've got 2 defenders near. Kosick swings the ball from left to right. And Grace Dean swats it away and knocks it out of bounds. 32.9 to play in the third. 31-27 is the score. They get it in quickly to Hoffman. And a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it to Bridgeport. And now Olivia Loomis Girdle will come back on late in the quarter with 4 personal fouls. 31-27. So both the Loomis Girdles back out here at the same time. One got a breather. One was on the bench with 4 personals. Olivia catches. They will lob it down low to Ruthie. Won't go, but she's fouled and she'll get 2. Foul goes against Alyssa Kosick. 18 seconds to play in the third quarter. First foul on Kosick. Third team foul against Clarkson Leigh. At the stripe, Ruthie Loomis Girdle. Can't get the first to go. .18 seconds left on the third quarter clock. Loomis Girdle gets 1 of 2. 5-point lead, full court pressure. Inbounds pass comes to Honiel. Honiel, head down as she tries to work against the pressure. And we're going to get a timeout taken by Matt Murrin. It'll be a 30-second variety. We'll stay right here. 11.3 to play. Olivia Loomis Girdle has 4. She scored 9. Ruthie Loomis Girdle has also scored 9. And with that same number, Mackenzie Likas, and really her 5 points, back-to-back possessions, a driving layup and then a 3-ball, as the lead had been cut to 1, I believe, at that point at 26-25. And since then, they've been able to extend back to a 5-point lead, 32-27. Still anyone's ball game here as we're entering the home stretch. 11 seconds to play in the third quarter. And it is working against the pressure, has not improved much from the start till now. Secchi will get it middle to Hoffman. Now it's Kosick. 4 seconds to play. Left side on the catch. Secchi will fire at the buzzer. Thing looked halfway online. Missed over the rim. After 3, Bridgeport leads 32-27 on the West Coast. No matter what the groundhog says, you'll be mowing before you know it this spring. The best way to make sure you're ready for the first blades of grass is to take advantage of Sandberg Honda's Spring Tune-Up Special. From now until May 31st, schedule your lawnmower tune-up and receive free pickup and delivery in Scottsbluff and Gehring. As a bonus, schedule service by March 10th and save with the early bird special. Call Sandberg Honda at 436-2179 for details and to schedule your spring lawnmower tune-up today.
Coverage of today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Morrill County Community Hospital. Corman Seeds. Nine Pharmacy. And by Farmers State Bank.
High school basketball tonight. Trail TV as well, of course. Bridgeport Girls Hoops brought to you by Panhandle Auto Group, Scottsbluff, Platte Valley Companies, Allstate Michael Engelhop, and WNCC. Many fine high school sports sponsors for us tonight, making Bridgeport Girls district final basketball, and we hope on into the state tournament next week. All a real possibility. Haniel gives it up to Kosick. They'll shoot a skip pass to Secchi, who's been able to get loose and on track from behind the arc tonight. Bridgeport rebounds the miss. It's Mackenzie Likas up the floor to Sydney 9. 9 dribbles into the paint, and she loses the basketball. Here comes Secchi running the other direction. Secchi, it's tipped away, loose on the floor, and Kosick has it. Kosick picks up her dribble to Secchi in the corner right side. They throw over top to Haniel. Now Secchi. Mormon drifts back, and they try to keep it out of the hands of Kosick. Kosick has hit a couple threes, and now we're going to get a whistle and a hold called against Bridgeport, and this will go on Mackenzie Likas. Inbounds to Hoffman, and Cassidy Hoffman has just her second field goal. She averages 7 points a game. She's got 5, and a steal by Haniel. Haniel on the drive, got fouled. 2 shots coming as Clarkson Leigh now turning up the pressure just a bit. And quickly, Olivia Loomis Girdle is going to get back into the ball game to help alleviate some of that full court pressure and the intensity in the moment. Get it to your, I know, weird to say, but trusted hand, the 5'10 freshman. Haniel, big shot at the line. She's got 5. 32-30 as Bridgeport was up by 5 at half, or 4 at half, 5 at the end of 3. And now the lead is 2. Haniel to make it 1. And she does. 32-31. Pass comes in to 9. 9 streaks up the near side. We get a bump and a push. That'll go against Chloe Haniel. Third foul on Haniel. Clarkson Leigh, the Patriots, set up half court defensively. Man defense, the lob pass underneath. Again, they went to that pick and roll, and Olivia Loomis Girdle, big sister, got hung up with a couple of defenders. Quick inbounds pass. The numbers aren't there. Underneath, and we're back in front goes Clarkson Leigh. The basket for Cosick. They pressure. Now it's Olivia Loomis-Girdle. That pass. Got it to Ruthie down low. Bridgeport with a 1-point lead. Loomis-Girdle, Ruthie into double figures with 11. Haniel had her shot blocked. It'll stay with Clarkson Leigh, 34-33. In store for a great final 6 minutes and 17 seconds here down the stretch. Secchi. Inbounds pass. Now they leave it to Hoffman. Missed the shot. Offensive rebound. It's loose. And stepping along the baseline, trying to save it in bounds to Likas. Touching it last was Sydney 9. The pass to Cosick. Cosick leans into one and got the roll. Alyssa Cosick has 12. 9 in the second half. Brooklyn Mormon to Olivia Loomis-Girdle. On the drive, back in front, back and forth we go. We've had 4 lead changes in the last 4 possessions. Hoffman's got to get it in bounds. She'll get it to Secchi. Secchi looks up the floor. And she'll get it back quickly from Schumacher. They need some help. They throw it on the perimeter. It's Haniel. Haniel is bumped on her way to the basket. If it's Olivia Loomis-Girdle, it's number 5. She was in the vicinity. They'll give it to Ruthie Loomis-Girdle, and I believe that's her second. Yeah, just the second on the 6'2 sophomore. 2 shots now at the stripe for Chloe Haniel, who is 3 for 3 at the line here in the fourth quarter. 66% shooter on the season. To put the Patriots back in front, and they lead it 37-36. Now the ball's loose. Who's going after it? Haniel hits the deck. Clarkson Leigh forces the turnover. In transition, the lefty layup wouldn't go. It's batted around. Missed opportunity for the Patriots. Sydney 9 will pull the basketball out. Now they lob it down low to Ruthie Loomis-Girdle for a chance for a 3-point play. Oh, the missed opportunity on the offensive end off the turnover. Great hustle play by Chloe Haniel to hit the floor. She just out-hustled the Bridgeport player in the vicinity, but they couldn't score on the, and they had the numbers going the other direction. And Ruthie Loomis-Girdle gets the 3-point play. Bridgeport leads it 39-37. Long pass inbounds comes to Cosick. She'll probe, but now pull it back out to Haniel. Cosick on the catch, right side. Cosick comes to a jump stop, down low, in traffic, and they're going to get a foul called on Ruthie Loomis-Girdle, her third. And let's see what Caden Schumacher does at the foul line. 80% on the season. I don't have the amount of foul shot attempts in front of me, but that percentage is elite. And she's too strong on the first. She has just 2 points on the night, has not looked for her shot all that often. As Schumacher tries to cut it to a 1-point game. That one looked much better. Right on line and down, 39-38. With just under 5 minutes to play here in regulation. Ruthie Loomis-Girdle steps to the 3-point line and knocks it down. Big shot from the big timer. And now a steal. Loomis-Girdle in traffic. Wouldn't go for Olivia Loomis-Girdle. The lead is 4. Haniel up ahead to Secchi. She'll go by Likas here in front of our Logos broadcast area. Haniel. Cosick. Back to Chloe Haniel. Cosick. Nearly lost it. They dump it down low. Schumacher. And boy, she threw it right to Sydney 9. 18 turnovers in the game committed by Clarkson Leigh. 42-38 the score. Brooklyn Mormon has had a quiet night. She's got just The one field goal, it was a 3. Lycus to Olivia Loomis-Girdle, and she walked with it. 3 turnovers in the quarter, and a timeout taken by Dave Coolin. 4:01 to play in the game. 42-38, Bridgeport the lead on the West Coast.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
For more than 162 years, FNBO has been with you where you are. A bank committed to helping you earn more and save more, so you can do more, both big and small. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank.
Out of the timeout, we've got 4:01 to play in the ball game. Fourth quarter action. Bridgeport leads 42-38, trying to head back to the state tournament for the first time since 2010. Haniel gives it to Secchi. Secchi picks up her dribble. Now going to need some help. They'll throw over defender to Haniel. Haniel. Boy, Kosick thought about the 3. Now she knifes to the bucket. Whistle and a travel. Turning it over is Alyssa Kosick. Third turnover of the quarter, 19 for the ball game. Pass comes inbounds to Brooklyn Mormon. Ball is tipped. There's a turnover underneath. Schumacher in traffic. Ball's loose on the floor. And boy, we've got a jump ball, and Bridgeport's going to get it. Another tip pass. 9 lobs it there. 9 gets it. And a bump in the backcourt will go against Chloe Haniel. That'll be her 4th. That is the 6th team foul called against Clarkson Lee. 42-38. Lycus rolls it into Olivia Loomis-Girdle. That 3 wouldn't go. Would have been huge. Would have gone up by 7. Chance now for Clarkson Lee. Hanging around, down by 4. Haniel. Now Hoffman, left side Secchi. Hoffman catches middle. Goes strong to the basket. And Cassidy Hoffman, 4 in the quarter, 7 for the game. 2-point lead for Bridgeport, 42-40. Mackenzie Lycus brings it across the timeline. Dribbles inside the arc. Bumped off her spot. They give it to Olivia Loomis-Girdle. Handoff action to Brooklyn Mormon. Back to Lycus. 42-40. Bridgeport leads by 2. They have the basketball. They look a little out of sorts here on this half-court set. Sydney 9 will use a side screen and roll action. Nothing doing. Now Mormon will lob it down low. Hoffman, foul it, count it. She gives the strength sign as she steps to the foul line. Ruthie Loomis-Girdle has 7 in the quarter. The lead is 4. At the line, where so far tonight she is 2 for 3, shooting 65% on the season. Too strong. The rebound grabbed by Secchi. The lead at 4, 44-40. Chloe Haniel goes to the rim, can't score it. Hoffman tipped it backwards, but it goes right into the hands of Brooklyn Mormon. Now with it into the front court. Lycus, left side with it. Right side Lycus. We come up on 2 minutes to play in regulation. Olivia Loomis-Girdle lobs it down low to Big Sis. The 3-point play opportunities, they will not stop for Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. 9 in the quarter. They have found the closer. Natalie Keenan-Virgil comes on for Sydney 9. At the stripe is Ruthie Loomis Girdle. The lead for Bridgeport is 6, 46-40. It's the biggest lead of the night at 7. Hoffman gets it into Secchi. They're going to be struggling to get across the timeline here. Hoffman does a good job. To Haniel. Haniel took some contact, and that's number 4 on Ruthie Loomis Girdle. Still 1:44 to play. The lead is 7 for Bridgeport. Chloe Haniel at the line. Off the heel of the iron, it would not go. She is 4 for 5 at the stripe here in the fourth quarter, 47-40, as Bridgeport is inching closer to Lincoln. Haniel hits 1 of 2. She has 9 points in the game. Full court pressure. They'll throw it in. Indra got a hand in. No, make that Haniel. 6-point lead for Bridgeport, 1:43 to go in regulation. They'll lob it in to Olivia Loomis Girdle. Down low to Ruthie. 2 more. She's unstoppable here down the stretch. 12 in the quarter. Turnover City continues for Clarkson Leigh. 4th of the quarter. Unofficially now 20 turnovers for the game. They will have the Bridgeport boys tomorrow. Jeff Kelly, radio broadcast only, 93.3 KMOR. That'll start at 12:45 Mountain Time. Then we get a little push along the hip area as Secchi picks up the personal. That's her 3rd. Bridgeport has their biggest lead of the game now at 8. As Brooklyn Mormon is at the line where she's a 61% shooter. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Haniel. And now we get a timeout taken by Matt Murren, the head coach for Clarkson Leigh. A full timeout, 1:22 to play in regulation. Bridgeport smelling it right now, up by 8 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
High school basketball coverage on the trail. Chris Cottrell with you tonight. KNEB.TV, of course, as well. Bridgeport can see the finish line from here. They've just got to close things out. Stay poised with the basketball. Nothing silly on the defensive end. Cossack an open look. That 3 ricochets off long. Offensive rebound. Double-handed block shot for Ruthie Loomis Girdle. The intimidation factor is real in the paint. She's got it right around her season average on the blocks. If you're Clarkson Leigh, you can't wait around. And they turn it over. 5 turnovers in the quarter, 21 for the game. Bridgeport fans are on their feet. A trip to Lincoln is in their sights. They lead it by 8, 30 seconds to go. Schumacher out to foul Mackenzie Likas. Likas at the foul line. It is a 9-point lead. Likas now in double figures with 10. Ruthie Loomis Girdle has been a force down the stretch in the fourth quarter. She has 12 points in the quarter, up above her season average now at 21 points per game. Likas got both. This thing is over, folks. A 10-point lead. Bridgeport is going to make it back to Lincoln to the state tournament for the first time since 2010. Missed shot. Lycus chased after it. She touched it on the deflection. That's why she chased after it. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Clarkson Leigh. 24.6 seconds to play. Matt Murren is going to the bench. He will put in Emily Losky, a 5'4 senior. Also coming on is 5'5 senior Kelsey Moore to get some action here down the stretch. And Bridgeport is set to empty the bench as well, as this thing is in the books. The white flag has been waved by Matt Murren, the head coach. He's got a big bear hug for Cassidy Hoffman, who played her guts out here tonight. Hoffman, a 6-foot senior. Cossack, a senior. McKenna Held's into the game. Schumacher's a senior, emotional as she comes to the bench, falling short of a trip to the state tournament. With it in the left corner. We're down to 15 seconds to play. Lemberg has it. Shooting the three left side and knocking the shot down is Kennedy Secchi. She's got 7, 9.6 to play. Full timeout. Bridgeport on their way to Lincoln. We're back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Lee's Heads.
We do 2 pictures just like we've done in the past, one straight down and one from the side, but it's better in the fact that they're going to get called back less, there's greater accuracy, and it's a lot easier to find it in dense breasts. A woman should start getting their mammos at age 40 every year, and 1 in 8 people get breast cancer, so it's the best way to find it is early detection.
Quick foul goes against Clarkson Leigh. Ellie Klein will be at the foul line now, the junior post player for Bridgeport. 8.1 seconds to go here in regulation, as Klein able to find the scorebook here in the district final. Lycus had a huge 2-possession stretch in the third quarter. Loomis Girdle, then Ruthie, the sophomore, shutting her all down here in the fourth quarter with 12 points. 1 of 2, and the final few seconds will tick off the clock after, and why not, one more Clarkson Leigh turnover. I've got them down for 22 in the game. Bridgeport, meanwhile, I've got unofficially for 12 turnovers, so 2.2, and the celebration will be on for the Lady Bulldogs. They are heading to the state tournament in Lincoln next week. First trip to state for the Bridgeport girls program since 2010. They'll look now for their first win at the state tournament since going all the way back to 1989. Your final 52-44. We'll get to our Runs a Postgame show when we come back on the Rural Radio Network.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Big time win here tonight in a great environment for girls high school basketball at Lexington High School as the Bridgeport Lady Bulldogs knock off Clarkson Leigh in this C2-5 district final by the score of 52-44. Let's check the score column right now. Bridgeport found the closer. It was Ruthie Loomis-Girdle that did a real nice job on her for 3 quarters, but then it was lights out in the fourth. She scored 12 of her game-high 21 in the fourth quarter and finishes with the big effort here tonight. Freshman sister Olivia Loomis-Girdle with a 14-point performance, and Mackenzie Likas also in double figures. She came up with a huge 2-possession stretch, scoring 5 in the third quarter. She finishes with 11. We'll talk right now with Bridgeport head coach Dave Coolin, who I believe will make his way this direction. We'll chat with the Bridgeport head man and get some thoughts on this trip to the state tournament. I guess first and foremost, Coach, just big congratulations to you and your squad. What do you have to say about the effort and the performance tonight?
I can't say enough. I mean, this is a pretty special group of girls, and what we talked about before the game was just show everybody, your talent. You can be scared or be worried about a whole bunch of different things when you get into a game like this. Show them your talent. This is what you've been working for since you've been in grade school. It's time to put it out there for everybody to see.
You had the closer tonight, didn't you? You got it to Ruthie. She took over in the fourth, 12 of her game-high 21.
Yeah, I mean, that was a hard 21 because that girl that was guarding her is a strong girl, and Ruthie had a hard time getting away from her a lot. And this is the first game that we played all year where somebody could single cover her and have some success doing it. And, most everybody else that we play has to commit at least 2 people to her. So credit to them that they were able to do that, but also credit to her that she's still able to score 21 points against that kind of defense.
Huge 2-possession stretch in the third quarter for Mackenzie Likas. They cut your lead to 1. She gets the driving basket, come back on the next trip down, cans the 3. What do you say about that?
Well, I mean, Mackenzie loves these moments. Last year when we went to GICC, we had a lot of when we played in the district final, we had a lot of people that were scared about that. She stepped up, had one of her best games of the year in that district final last year, and so it's no surprise that she showed up ready to go again this year. So, I'm just proud of all of them. They're just a great group of girls.
You got to be proud of the community. I bet you it sounded like a home game on the bench, didn't it?
It really did. It kind of worked out for us. Our boys playing in the afternoon tomorrow in Kearney, that people can come here, stay the night, watch 2 really good basketball games, and get both of our teams to Lincoln. And that's what we're going to be focused on now tomorrow.
Coach, I'll let you get to the celebration. We'll talk early next week and get saddled up and head a little bit further east next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been telling these girls all along that they're not just good enough to get to Lincoln, they're good enough to win in Lincoln. And so that's what we got to now get our focus on, because truth be told, we beat a state caliber team here tonight, and so there's no reason why we can't go do that again next week.
Confidence through the roof for the Bridgeport girls. Dave Coolin, the head coach. Congratulations on the big win tonight.
All right, thank you, sir.
You bet. We'll come back with more right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Well, we gave you the scoring breakdown there for Bridgeport. If we've still got our Clarkson Leigh backers watching on the TV side, look, your young ladies gave it a valiant effort tonight. Just really too much in the way of pressure defense and turnovers. 22 turnovers for Clarkson Leigh tonight, unofficially a major factor in the outcome in this one. Alyssa Kosick, a senior, played well. She scored 12. The freshman Chloe Haniel finished with 9 points, 7 apiece for Kennedy Senchi, and Cassidy Hoffman finished with 7 points, but she would be your player of the game tonight for Clarkson Leigh. She played poised and aggressive just about each and every possession on the defensive end. She laid it all on the floor, working against big Ruthie Loomis-Girdle, the 6'2 sophomore for Bridgeport. We'll step away and come back with more on the Runs of Postgame show right after this on the Rural Radio.
Having windows and patio doors installed by Renewal by Andersen is literally a red carpet experience. We treat your home like it is ours. We focus on the details. Renewal by Andersen windows and patio doors fit right. They keep the outside out. Our 20-year warranties and great financing options are second to none. Our installers are very well-trained local experts at proper installation. Renewal by Andersen windows and patio doors, great products installed by great people. Contact us. Let's talk about your project.
Bridgeport girls reach the state tournament with a big win here tonight. Bridgeport girls high school basketball coverage brought to you by Morrill County Community Hospital, Corman Seeds 9 Pharmacy, AA Feeds, Farmers State Bank, Western Nebraska Pioneers, and Panhandle Co-op. The celebration remains on, out on the floor. Smiles for the young ladies and their fans and parents and families in the white uniforms. Heartbreak, some emotion on the other end of the spectrum for the young women in the blue tops and bottoms. Hugs going around on both sides. You love to see just the passion involved with prep sports, and we're getting that here as state tournament season rolls around. Girls next week, boys will be the week after. You heard Coach Coolin talking about the convenience for the trip here to Lexington tonight. Jeff Kelly will make the trip into Kearney tomorrow to that tremendous gym at Kearney High, as the Bridgeport boys will play Oakland Craig tomorrow at 1 o'clock Mountain Time. We'll have pregame with Jeff at 12:45. We'll come back and wrap up our broadcast right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Coverage of today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by AA Feeds, proud dealer of Hubbard, Showright, and Crystalix. Panhandle Co-op. And by 21st Century Equipment.
What's the best part of having better internet service? Ridiculously fast access to all of the ridiculous internet. Settle for more with Allo, the faster, more reliable internet experience that's built for the way you use all your devices. AlloFiber.com/switch today. Allo, settle for more.
Great to see former boys head coach for Bridgeport, Nick Brose, now the head coach at Cozad. Coach Brose in here to watch his former school tonight, still showing that Bridgeport pride. He's got a fist bump right there for Dave Coolin, the girls' head coach. So he'll be making the trip tomorrow to check out head coach Sean Sturkle and the Bridgeport boys in action in that C2 boys district final. Former head football coach, Coach Dean, making his way over this direction to have the handshake with Coach Coolin. So celebration is fully on here tonight for Bridgeport High School and everyone in the gym at Lexington. Well, big thanks to everybody involved helping making this possible. Some of those other great sports sponsors for us. For Bridgeport girls basketball, 21st Century Equipment, Nay Elliott Law, and Bar 64. You've also got Panhandle Auto Group, Scotts Bluff, Platte Valley Companies, Allstate, Michael Engelhop, and WNCC. Want to make sure we get this young man recognized. Let me double check and find his name. Riley Likas, able to help us out tonight, running the camera up top. Of course, TJ on scene, doing a great job on the production side here on KNB.TV. Once again, a victory for the Lady Bulldogs as they pull out the win by the final score here tonight at Lexington. They win it over Clarkson Leigh by the final score of 52-44, a 20-point fourth quarter tonight for the Bridgeport Lady Bulldogs, and they are on to Lincoln in the state tournament for the first time since 2010. That'll do it from Lexington High. For TJ, I'm Chris. Have a great rest of your Friday night. And also, reminder, we'll talk to you tomorrow from Waverly High School. The show continues for us. We'll head a little bit further east after we get packed up. Spend the night in Lincoln. We'll be at Waverly in the morning. Mountain time start 11:45. Tip at noon for the Bearcats and the Waverly Vikings. That's a wrap from Lexington. So long and good night, everybody.